we've seen Gohan versus Goku multiple times, and what we've seen is that Goku usually always comes out as the victor. But Beast Gohan right now is regarded as the strongest character in Dragon Ball, following Dragon Ball Superheroes events. So with Goku seeing this newfound power, even after training with Ultra Ego Vegeta and this new form of Broly that's been hidden behind the scenes, we gotta see where he stacks up against Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan, without any training, has now ascended to the top of the ranks, and even though Goku has won every single fight, in my opinion, I think he should still be able to beat Goku pretty convincingly and kind of maybe force Goku to have to power up even more, because with the ever-looming threat of Black Frieza in the background, where I think this arc is going to take its direction towards, I think that this is going to be like the climactic finale of whatever Super is trying to bring. What do you think, Alex?
Okay, so I have two possible scenarios for this upcoming, I guess, event, because we don't know if they're going to fight, but let's just say if they do, I think, to me, one of my best case scenarios is to have Goku beat Gohan, and it's not because I have a bias for Goku, but it's because I feel like Beast Gohan's power felt unearned. I felt as though, you know, his entire positioning in Super thus far in Superhero felt very unearned. He hasn't done anything to kind of reach that status like how Goku and Vegeta have throughout the years in terms of training, and even Black Frieza. I mean, Frieza obtained his black form by sitting in the Rosaf for 10 years and acquiring this new level of power. So, you know, if that's excusable, then I think the idea of having Gohan just achieve this out the blue and superseding those people is inexcusable. So I think the best case scenario for me would be if Beast Gohan were to go toe-to-toe with Goku, I guess up until the point of even besting True UI, because to me that's just Omen. We've seen that be done before against Moro, when Maris had told Goku not to kind of use UI in that kind of sufficient way where Goku is sacrificing stamina for power. But I think after, if we were to, you know, get a scenario where Beast Gohan were to best True UI Goku, would, I think, a better scenario be presented where if Goku were to go Silver and use the mastery level of UI, he bests Gohan, but also goes as far as to acknowledge him by saying, whoa, you know, like, you really surprised me there. Like, you were actually able to do what very few have done before, and that's pushed me this far by using this level of Ultra Instinct, and so I can now understand and see how good you are. And so we're gonna have to kind of like refine that, you know, as we move forward, because hey, did you know that Frieza also has a new form? Stuff like that. But I think the worst case scenario for me would be if Gohan just goes in there with Goku, bests, you know, I guess you could say, or in this case, he bests, you know, Ultra Instinct Omen, bests True UI, and even goes as far as to best Mastered Ultra Instinct. So if I think if Beast Gohan were to go into this and just completely one-shot, you know, Goku out the gate, that is bad. That is bad because we know that Goku's been training this whole time and Gohan's been studying bugs. So if that's what you want to do, and if that's going to be like your point of reference and you want to move forward with that, then hey, but I don't think it's a good idea. And I think that if they were to fight, it should be lengthy, but I don't think that Beast Gohan should emerge on top. I mean, I wouldn't really mind if it were to be a draw either, but I really do think that they should establish placement to have Broly, Vegeta, and Goku above Beast Gohan. If they keep it to where they follow Toriyama's statements and Beast Gohan is number one, then I think we have a problem.
I agree with that, but I also feel like it wouldn't be too far-fetched for him to kind of come out of nowhere and have Beast Gohan win, because these events are following directly after Superhero, and with that amount of plot armor that he received, it's still up in the air as to if he could actually just destroy Goku just as easily as Black Frieza did. And for me personally, like, if they're going to be facing Black Frieza, I think Goku is going to have to take a back seat here, because he already got his time to shine during the Moro arc, and with all of the iterations of MUI that we've seen, I think that both either Ultra Ego or even Broly Controlled, if he does get that form underway right now, should be the ones to take out Frieza and take the stage. But we've seen Vegeta win against Goku in the Superhero movie, and they did say that Beast Gohan has superseded that. So right now everything's hinting at Gohan being stronger, and even though it really doesn't feel earned, it still may be what the actual story may take place with. But me personally, I don't agree with this. I agree with the fact that it should be Goku, Vegeta, and Broly taking on Frieza. All of their fathers died to him. They have a vendetta against this guy. They have history there. But Beast Gohan should be used as a stepping stone for where to gauge these power levels at. However, in my opinion, during this fight right now, we don't know how much time is going to take place afterwards whenever Black Frieza shows up. It would still be fair if he does with this crazy plot armor, the same plot armor Goku was using during the Tournament of Power before they nerfed MUI, that he uses Beast Gohan to its fullest, because the time span between Superhero and the events of 102, where this fight's about to transpire, there wasn't really much, and he's still supposed to be top dog. So if he dwarfs Goku right now, there still might be even time for a training arc before whatever events are about to take place with whatever opposition shows up, and then that time is where they're going to clean up the gaps. What do you think?
For me, if they were to do anything of the sorts to kind of wrap this up, I think what they should end up doing is if Goku and Gohan end up sparring, that it should kind of end somewhere in between, like a draw if you don't want to allow someone to win. And then from that point, you can have Goku take Gohan and bring him to Beerus's planet, not only just to kind of simply refine himself, and refine his beast power, but to also maybe, help gauge between him and Vegeta, help maybe gauge Broly and Gohan, because that would be a very interesting dynamic to have, Goku kind of assert the idea of saying, hey, Broly, this is Gohan, and he also had anger problems when he was a kid, but maybe he could be the one to help you control that power, so that would be crazy to see. But not only that, but we've never seen Gohan ever go off and visit Beerus's planet, so to see Beerus's reaction, I think, would be very interesting, because Beerus would be like, oh, what the hell is he doing here? Only for Goku to say, hey, guess what? My son, after sparring with him, he might be stronger than me. Hell, he might be stronger than you. So, maybe that could give Beerus some kind of like a interest in Gohan to say like, oh, is he? Okay, well, I'm going to keep my eye on that, because maybe, just maybe, this kid might be the rival that I've been dreaming about this entire time. You'll never know. So I think if they were to do that, a draw would be best. And then you move on to Beerus's planet, you do what you do on there, and maybe, set up the entire scenario where Gohan learns about Frieza, he learns about everything, and then maybe trains with them. I think that'd be pretty cool. But if they don't end up doing that, and he goes back to studying bugs, I think that's a missed opportunity, in my opinion.
I agree. With him studying these bugs and stuff like that, this is going to be, it's not his fighting nature, so right now, I think it's best to just kind of get him out of the way, use him as a stepping stone, have him dwarfed in terms of power, and if there's no training arc afterwards, you gotta beat him in this fight right now. But I feel like that would really undermine everything that they try to build up with Superhero, and with Superhero in itself, everybody was like, yo, this fight feels unearned, this form feels unearned, and for them to say that this is stronger than MUI and then Ultra Ego, especially Ultra Ego, it feels as though that form has gotten the shaft more than anything. That form hasn't gotten a single real dub since its inception, and it's really pathetic. So if Beast Gohan's already gotten a dub against Perfect Cell Max, against Cell Max in that form, I think that Ultra Ego and MUI, they gotta bring some kind of new scaling to this, where it's up in the ranks where it's gonna take on Black Frieza, and right now it has to beat Beast Gohan. If not, then this is gonna be thrown out of the water, where Vegeta's gonna be sitting in the cup chair for a bit. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to both me and Alex's channel. We'll be talking to you guys later.